So 10 years ago this year, Call of Duty Black Ops Wii did come out, and yeah, what we'll be doing in this video is checking out the game 10 years later, seeing if there is any matches still going, and yeah, that is what we'll be doing in this video. But first of all, I just want to give a few facts about this game, just in case you weren't familiar with Black Ops on the Wii. So yeah, it did come out 10 years ago this year, and for the first time with Black Ops on the Wii, you could use a classic controller. You didn't have to use the Wii remote. Some people weren't happy with Call of Duty 4 just being Wii remote exclusive. You had to use mouse controls with that game. Some people don't like mouse controls, so with Black Ops on the Wii, they did give you the option to use a classic controller. Also with Black Ops, for the first time, you could voice chat as well. There was a headset from PDP. It didn't really have the best sort of voice chat quality. I guess that was their way to try and make this shooter more appealing, because at that time we did have GoldenEye 007 come out around about the same time, whereas with Call of Duty 4 on the Wii, there was sort of no competition in that sort of field. But with Black Ops on the Wii, you had GoldenEye 007 come out in 2010. I do believe the first Conduit game might have come out around about the same time as well. So Black Ops on the Wii did have some competition, but it didn't stop it from selling 1.4 million copies, which is pretty impressive. Seeing as this game, it did have a few cutbacks here and there. We didn't have the full multiplayer experience like what the other consoles did have. Of course, those games are in HD. The Wii version was in 480p. The frame rate did dip a bit as well when there was quite a lot of action on screen. But also, we didn't have all of the kill streaks as well. We didn't have the rocket, we didn't have the gunship, and we didn't have the chopper gunner. I think the most sort of likely reason for that is due to the hardware power of the Wii. It just wasn't capable enough of doing those kill streaks without the game sort of dropping massively in frames. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't have the full multiplayer experience with Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii. One more thing I forgot to mention is that on the Wii version of Black Ops, we never got more than one zombies map. I do believe we only got Kino de Toten, I could be wrong about that, but we only got one zombies map, and we never got any DLC for Black Ops on the Wii, so we were just stuck with that one zombies map and all of the base maps in the multiplayer, and that was it. So yeah, how is this game holding out 10 years later? Now the population, there is a number. It does say there is 3,500 players online, but I think that number is wrong, just because I could only find one team deathmatch lobby. I went in zombies was completely dead. So yeah, I think that number is completely wrong. I don't think there is 3,500 players online still playing Black Ops on the Wii. It's like back in the day when this game did come out, we did see a peak of 60,000 players online, but I'm not even sure now whether that was true or not based on these numbers now, just because it does say 3,500 players online, 1,000 players in the core playlist. I couldn't find 1,000 players. I could only find one team deathmatch lobby, and that was it. That was the only game mode I could play online in Black Ops Wii. Yeah, that's just the state of the game. Unfortunately, there is just not a lot of players online. But yeah, the game, it is 10 years old this year in November. I think it is still incredible that I can still find matches with Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii. And yeah, I did have a lot of fun playing this game for the first time in quite a few years. You will be seeing a match I did have on Summit, and yeah, I must admit my sort of skills are really rusty, just because I haven't played Call of Duty Black Ops for a good 4 years. So yeah, I was a little bit rusty. I might include some gameplay of when I was playing this game 4 years ago so that you can have a good idea of what Call of Duty Black Ops was like on the Wii. You got something good to look at in terms of the gameplay in the background. So yeah, the matches I was coming up against people using the FAMAS, people using the org, which was a little bit frustrating for me just because I did start from scratch, just because I didn't have my account from my Wii, and yeah, I was on the Wii U, had to start from scratch. So it was a little bit hard coming up against people using the FAMAS, which was really overpowered on the Wii version of the game, just because I do believe it was never patched on the Wii version of Call of Duty Black Ops. And yeah, I don't think the Wii version of Call of Duty Black Ops was capable of doing patches. I think it was capable of having hot fixes, but not patches, unfortunately. So yeah, it was a little bit frustrating coming against people using FAMASes, orgs, stoners as well. Those weapons were really overpowered on the Wii version of the game. Unfortunately, I did run into a hacker where pretty much I had a knife, a throw knife, when I did throw it, and then had a sniper. I'm not sure what that was about, but yeah, I did run into one hacker. Only one hacker in about 3 hours of gameplay. But yeah, unfortunately, there is a hacker knocking about on the Wii servers. There might have been more just because there was someone pretty much getting 50 kills every single match. They were getting their kill streaks all of the time. I'm not sure whether they were really good at the game or whether they were running sort of hacks where you could see through walls. You got red boxes around the enemy players. I'm not sure whether that was the case or not. So yeah, there could have been more than one hacker when I was playing on Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii. But yeah, that's just the state of Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii. Does say there is 3,500 players online, but yeah, that number is absolutely false, unfortunately. So yeah, that is the current state of Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii 10 years later. And my advice for you is like what I did say in my last Call of Duty 4 video on the Wii. If you want to play Black Ops on the Wii, my advice for you is to pick up a copy straight away, and you know, make sure you do play it before people start logging off for good. I can't believe people are still playing this game 10 years later. It's like I was checking out people's profiles, and some people have been playing this game for like 2 weeks, and yeah, that's just pretty incredible. I'm not sure how long the servers will stay active though, so yeah, that is why I would say if you want to play Black Ops on the Wii again, make sure you do it as soon as possible. So yeah, that's just pretty much it with this video. My next video will be focusing on the last Call of Duty game that did come out on the Wii, Modern Warfare 3. You might be wondering why I am not covering Call of Duty 3, for example. That on the Wii, it never had online multiplayer. World at War on the Wii, those servers unfortunately did shut down around about 6 years ago now. So yeah, that is why I will not be covering World at War on the Wii. Also, let me know in the comments whether you want me to cover other Wii games like The Conduit 2, GoldenEye 007, and yeah, if I do see enough comments asking me to do that, then yeah, I might check out those games this year in 2020. But yeah, that's it with this video, and yeah, we'll see you in my next one soon, hopefully.
Enemy spy plane above. ready for deployment. Our spy plane's in the air.